What is a pixel? A computer program that draws pictures. A picture stored in secondary memory. The smallest resolvable part of a picture. None of these. Which technology is used in optical discs? Mechanical, electrical, electromagnetic, laser technology. Which of the following storage devices can store the maximum amount of data? Floppy disk, hard disk, compact disk, magneto-optic disk. EEPROM can be used for erasing the contents of ROM, reconstructing the contents of ROM, erasing and reconstructing the contents of ROM, duplicating ROM. Memory unit is part of input device, control unit, output device, central processing unit. Which unit controls the flow and manipulation of data and information? Arithmetic logic unit, central unit, middle unit, control unit. The performance of cache memory is frequently measured in terms of a quantity called bit ratio, NOR ratio, no ratio, hit ratio. Which number system uses only 0 and 1? Decimal, octal, hexadecimal, binary. Which of the following is not an output device? Plotter, monitor, light pen, printer. The programs which are permanently stored in ROM are known as hardware, software, firmware, ROMware. The three sequential functions of CPU operations are decode, fetch, execute, execute, decode, fetch, fetch, execute, decode, fetch, decode, execute. The process of retaining data for future use is called reading, writing, storing, coding. The process of manipulating the data to achieve meaningful results is called information handling, data sharing, data distribution, data processing. The access method used for magnetic tape is direct, random, sequential, indexed. Blank coordinates the sequencing of events within the central processor of a computer. Logic unit, arithmetic unit, storage unit, control unit. The instructions or programs that are loaded into main memory when a computer is booted are internal commands, external commands, utility programs, bootloader.
अगर आप CCC या O लेवल के स्टूडेंट हैं तो पेश है आपके लिए आपके सब्जेक्ट से रिलेटेड 1500 प्लस MCQs। इसमें क्वेश्चंस हिंदी और इंग्लिश दोनों में हैं, शॉर्ट एक्सप्लेनेशन है और आपके डाउट सॉल्व करने के लिए ChatGPT की सपोर्ट है। अगर आप इसे ट्राई करना चाहते हैं तो प्ले स्टोर से Anki डाउनलोड करें और हमारी वेबसाइट acemcqs.gt.tc पर जाकर अपने सब्जेक्ट के फ्री सैंपल सेट डाउनलोड करें और Anki में इंपोर्ट करके इस्तेमाल करना शुरू करें। अगर आपको अच्छा लगे तो बाय नाउ पर क्लिक करके गूगल फॉर्म फिल करें। हम आपका 1500 प्लस क्वेश्चन का सेट 1 से 6 घंटे के अंदर आपके व्हाट्सएप नंबर और ईमेल पर भेज देंगे।
Which of the following types of memory loses data when power is switched off? Magnetic tape, static random access memory, magnetic disk, CD-ROM. Which factor does not affect the storage capacity of a hard disk? Track density, height of the hard disk drive, recording density, number of plates. Inkjet printers are impact printers, laser printers, non-impact printers, optical printers. A refreshing circuit is required in SRAM, EEPROM, DRAM, EEPROM. In heap files, records are placed in random order, sequential order, indexed order, printer referenced order. Which type of computer is used for weather forecasting? Personal computer, mini computer, supercomputer, mainframe computer. UNIVAC is Universal Automatic Computer, Universal Array Computer, Unique Automatic Computer, Unvalued Automatic Computer. CD-ROM stands for Compactable Read-Only Memory, Compact Data Read-Only Memory, Compactable Disk Read-Only Memory, Compact Disk Read-Only Memory. VGA is Video Graphics Array, Visual Graphics Array, Volatile Graphics Array, Video Graphics Adapter. MSI stands for Medium Scale Integrated Circuits, Medium System Integrated Circuits, Medium Scale Intelligent Circuit, Medium System Intelligent Circuit. The capacity of a 3.5-inch floppy disk is 1.40 megabytes, 1.44 gigabytes, 1.40 gigabytes, 1.44 megabytes. MIC stands for Magnetic Ink Character Reader, Magnetic Ink Code Reader, Magnetic Ink Cases Reader. None of these. EBCDIC stands for Extended Binary Coded Decimal Interchange Code, Extended Bit Code Decimal Interchange Code, Extended Bit Case Decimal Interchange Code, Extended Binary Case Decimal Interchange Code. BCD stands for Binary Coded Decimal, Bit Coded Decimal, Binary Coded Digit, Bit Coded Digit. Chief component of first-generation computer was transistors, vacuum tubes and valves, integrated circuits. None of the above. EEPROM stands for Electrically Erasable Programmable Read-Only Memory, Easily Erasable Programmable Read-Only Memory, Electronic Erasable Programmable Read-Only Memory. None of the above. The computer size was very large in first generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation. Microprocessors as switching devices are used in which generation of computers? First generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation. Which generation of computers is still under development? Fourth generation, fifth generation, sixth generation, seventh generation. Artificial intelligence is associated with which generation? First generation, second generation, fifth generation, sixth generation. Which operation is not performed by a computer? Inputting, processing, controlling, understanding. Pick the one that is used for logical operations or comparisons such as less than, equal to, or greater than. Arithmetic and logic unit, control unit, both of the above, none of the above. The computer that processes both analog and digital signals is called analog computer, digital computer, hybrid computer, mainframe computer. Main function of shared memory is to use primary memory efficiently, to do intra-process communication, to do inter-process communication, none of the above. CPU performance is measured through clock speed, GHz, MIPS, million instructions per second, flops, floating point operations per second, all of the above. The ascending order of a data hierarchy is bit-byte record field file database, byte-bit field record file database, byte-bit record file field database, bit-byte field record file database. What is meant by computer literacy? Ability to write computer programs. Knowing what a computer can and cannot do. Knowing computer-related vocabulary. Ability to assemble computers. A DVD is an example of a hard disk, output device, optical disk device, solid-state storage. The extension of video file is 0.3 GP, .jpg, JPEG. None of these. The extension of web page is HTML, MP3, MP4. None of the above. The computer abbreviation KB usually means key block, kidbit, kilobyte, keybyte. Which of the following is not an impact printer? Daisy wheel, dot matrix printer, chain printer, laser. Hard disk is coated on both sides with magnetic metallic oxide, optical metallic oxide, carbon layer, all of the above. What is software in a computer? Enhances the capabilities of the hardware machine. Increases the speed of central processing unit. Both A and B. None of the above. The smallest unit of storage is bit, byte, kilobyte, megabyte. Main memory is volatile, non-volatile, volatile and non-volatile, none of the above. Print server uses blank, which is a buffer that holds data before it is sent to the printer. Queue, spool, node, none of the above. The CPU, Central Processing Unit, consists of input, output and processing. Control unit, primary storage and secondary storage. Control unit, arithmetic logic unit and primary storage. Input, processing and storage. What is the function of the control unit in the CPU? To decode program instructions, to transfer data to primary storage, to perform logical operations, to store program instructions. The most common input device used today is the motherboard, central processing unit, keyboard, system unit. The keyboard keys that are labeled F1, F2, and so on are called function keys, numeric keys, typewriter keys, special purpose keys. The primary purpose of software is to turn data into blank websites, information, programs, objects. The three main components of a digital computer system are memory, input, output, DMA, ALU, CPU, memory, input, output, CPU, control circuits, ALU, registers. The resolution of a dot matrix printer is measured in megabits, dots per inch, hertz, inches. A nibble consists of blank bits 2, 4, 8, 10. A number system with base 8 is called octal number, decimal number, binary number, hexadecimal number. KB equals blank bytes 1024 8 4 2. Data bus is used in parallel data transfer, serial data transfer, computers using analog signals. None of these. An impact printer uses inkjet technology, thermal technology, electromechanical mechanism. None of the above. Which of the following is not an image file format? .gif, .bmp, .cdc, TIFF. The base of a binary number is 2, 8, 16, 32. Which of the following is not a type of printer? Laserjet, inkjet, impact, jet lag. Which of the following is the fastest memory? Secondary memory, auxiliary memory, cache memory, virtual memory. EEPROM stands for Electrically Erasable Programmable Read of Memory. Erasable Electrically Programmable Read-Only Memory. Easily Erasable Programmable Read-Only Memory. Electrically Erasable Programmable Read-Only Memory. Which of the following is not an input device? Touchpad, mouse, monitor, scanner. USB stands for Unique Serial Bus, Universal Serial Bus, Union Serial Bus, Unknown Serial Bus. Which of the following is the largest memory size? 10 million kilobytes, 10 million megabytes, 100 gigabyte, 1 terabyte. The hexadecimal number A1 has the decimal value 161, 17, 15, 101. An example of a volatile memory is CD-ROM, RAM, ROM, hard disk. The basic architecture of the computer was developed by John von Neumann, Charles Babbage, Blaise Pascal, Gordon Moore. Which output device is used for translating information from a computer into pictorial form on paper? Mouse, plotter, touch panel, card punch. What is the decimal equivalent of the binary number 11,011? 120, 72, 27, 17. Which optical input device interprets pencil marks on paper? OMR, punch card reader, optical scanners, magnetic tape. Numbers in base 2 are called octal system, hexadecimal system, decimal system, binary numbering system. How many bits are there in a single byte? 4, 8, 2, 10. A keyboard is classified as which type of device? Black, output, input, word processing. Which of the following refers to the fastest, biggest and most expensive computers? Personal computers, supercomputers, laptops, notebooks. Which of the following is a non-impact printing device? Dot matrix printer, scanner, laser printer, none of the above. Numbers in base 16 are called octal system, hexadecimal system, decimal system, binary numbering system. What is the octal equivalent of the decimal number 567? 1267, 1067, 1167, 967. Secondary memory is RAM, ROM, cache memory, none of the above. What is the main circuit board in a computer called? RAM, CPU, motherboard, all of the above. Which of the following is an input device? Screen, speakers, keyboard, printer. A. Blank is a combination of digital and analog computers. Microcomputer, hybrid computer, mainframe computer, mini computer. Which number system is also called the base 2 number system? Decimal, octal, hexadecimal, binary. The standard ASCII character set supports blank characters 128, 124, 156, 172. The information stored in the RAM is typically loaded from the computers. RAM, cache, hard disk, BIOS. Which operations are performed by RAM? Read only, write only, read and write, none of the above. What is an electronic path that sends signals from one part of a computer to another called? Logic gate, bus, modem, serial port. Which part is responsible for communication between memory and ALU? Logic gate, RAM, USB, control unit. Which of the following is a non-volatile memory? Random access memory, read-only memory, virtual memory, cache memory. Which input device is most appropriate for playing games on a PlayStation? Joystick, touch panel, keyboard, trackball. What is a bitmap? A graphic file format made up of small dots. A specific kind of bitmap file with a BMP extension. A format used by Windows for desktop wallpaper. All of the above. What must a CPU contain? ALU and registers, ALU and control unit, ALU and memory, RAM and ROM.
इसमें क्वेश्चंस हिंदी और इंग्लिश दोनों में हैं, शॉर्ट एक्सप्लेनेशन है और आपके डाउट सॉल्व करने के लिए ChatGPT की सपोर्ट है। अगर आप इसे ट्राई करना चाहते हैं तो प्ले स्टोर से Anki ड्रॉइड डाउनलोड करें और हमारी वेबसाइट asmcqs.gt.tc पर जाकर अपने सब्जेक्ट के फ्री सैंपल सेट डाउनलोड करें और Anki ड्रॉइड में इंपोर्ट करके इस्तेमाल करना शुरू करें। अगर आपको अच्छा लगे तो बाय नाउ पर क्लिक करके गूगल फॉर्म फिल करें। हम आपका 1500 प्लस क्वेश्चन का सेट 1 से 6 घंटे के अंदर आपके व्हाट्सएप नंबर और ईमेल पर भेज देंगे।